Insane-O Chronicles, Entry 1, Monday, May 2nd, 12:14 a.m. Restlessness, a cruel mistress, very cruel. The thoughts of what to come continue to course through every neuron inside my brain. The thoughts of rising trout, running waters, and the tug of a large fish. Isn't that why we chase this high? The rush behind the rod, the memory of the chase, the hook set, and the net, ultimately leading to the sigh of relief that escapes every fiber of your body with just one breath. I know I sure as hell do. Maybe it's insomnia. Doubtful. Very doubtful. Thrill, desire, release. The opportunity to let it all go. Hook a rising rainbow and let the world just slip away. Immerse yourself in the absolute beauty that comes with casting a dry fly to a rising trout. The sight that no video, picture, or paragraph can ever describe. The opportunity to see the world for what it is, always has been, and always will be. Restlessness. Driving through the early morning hours, we battled snowy conditions on high mountain passes. We did this with 4 of us in an RV. Typical day with the Insane-O-Fly crew. After traveling 8 hours, Peach, who was behind the wheel, finally got us to our destination. Exuberant from arriving at the river, Peach finally got what he came here for, the hook set. Face a lot of uncertainties when fishing. Size of the fish, fighting the fish, and location of the fish. Here's an example that is not always about the size of a fish, but rather the size of the fight in the fish. After a long morning of travel, setup, and reunion with the fly crew, we headed out and fished for the evening. The fishing seemed to be pretty good for most of the Insane-O-Fly crew that evening. As you could tell, Peach was on one. Leaving the river hungry and tired, we all headed back to camp for some tacos and beer. There seemed to be an ominous energy looming as we all stuffed our faces. It was hard to put a finger on what was lingering. Then I decided to check the weather forecast. Snowy and cold conditions all day long for tomorrow. I found what we were all incoherently thinking about, the fishing conditions. A colluding symbiosis of elements is a tough demon to face, but we didn't come here to complain about weather conditions. We came here to fish. It was cold and wet on the river, but the fishing was still hot. Nothing was going to stop the Insane-O-Fly crew from getting bent in bad conditions. Insane-OFlyFishing here. Coming at you live from the green here. Green River, Utah, Flaming Gorge. It's been a little slow in the morning today, but it seems like it's picking up a little bit for the crew. Lobato's got a couple, Peach has got a couple. I'm finally starting to hook into fish now. It's not as cold as you would think it would be on a day like today with the snow and everything like that. I mean, obviously we're hoping for warmer weather, but you know, sometimes you just gotta go and fish. Good boy. Using the Greg's emerger that I tied literally a couple hours ago. That's what I caught first rainbow off of. Now this one, someone was probably using a big old hook and couldn't get it out.
His mouth is stuck in your net.
Yeah.
Oh man, look at that jaw.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
it's a lure or something. Yeah,
See, and it's just healed itself.
it healed itself like that. But that's,
Wow.
This just goes to show you folks how resilient these trout can be, these conditions that they live in, places they're at. You can see too, this brown trout, you have a lot of scars on the back. These creatures and organisms are very territorial, so when they get in these places like this and they find their pockets to mate with, they stick to it. So that's usually when you're fishing, you usually only find 1 or 2 browns per hole. They don't really school up unless they're spawning. As you can tell from the jaw, either this is a product of someone using too big of a lure and not using the proper techniques to get it out, or it could be from predation from other bigger brown trout, other rainbows.
Rising the snowflakes. Looking like a brown in a BWO patch. Obviously doesn't have the experience of the brown with the amount of snowflakes on his chin.
Insane-OFlyFishing is a crew of outdoorsmen, biologists, and ghetto anglers. Our love for fish extends far beyond the occasional fishing trip. We live for this. We're quite the group of misfits that all share a passion for spending long days on the water, long nights by the campfire, and the surprises that come with the journey. We eat, sleep, and breathe these things. We start planning our next journey the second one ends because nothing else makes us happier in life. We don't always have the most expensive or advanced equipment, but that's what makes us who we are. Ghetto anglers, baby. The holes in our waders, Walmart special rods, and flies made from household items defines our way of life. It shows that nothing matters more to us than long days on the water with the crew that shares the same passion. We want to share our passion with you in hopes that we can inspire you to chase the same high, regardless of what anyone else tells you fly fishing should be. Our passion drives a curiosity. We seek unique moments in time that we will relive forever. We wonder about the different aquatic habitats we encounter and the fish that call these places home. We seek to understand the fish and their ecosystems so we can help conserve these habitats that we have a passion for. As biologists and conservationists, protecting fish is at the forefront of who we are. There's a bond that we share with these organisms, something that extends far beyond any primal instinct. I can't think of a word that best describes the feeling you get from hooking, catching, and safely releasing a fish. Being able to hold that fish in your hands, look at its colors closely, and feel the power in its body is a breathtaking moment that none of us take for granted. Each fish caught is a new opportunity to carve your mark in time and make it special. Something we all have done for decades seems like a new experience every time we go out. This journey was all about getting some dry fly action, and although we had 2 good days to start off, we had yet to hook up on a dry fly. Sometimes, the unexpected is exactly what you need. When some of the other guys called dibs on the boat for Thursday, we had no choice but to take advantage of our only day to float. It was cold and overcast to start the morning, coming off a day of battling cold and wet conditions. I wasn't the most optimistic, but wasn't going to let that stop me from fishing. Little to know what was in store for 3 of the Insane-O boys. Paradise. This is what we've been waiting for. The rise. As we continue downriver, we spot a hole that appears to hold some rising fish. With every inch we get closer, we notice more and more mouths breaking the surface. A hatch was occurring, and butter was rising. We turn the GoPros on as we start sending some casts that way. But it doesn't take long for fate to run its course. A few minutes after arriving at Pride Rock, our GoPros run out of battery, and we are left to catch endless amounts of rising butter with nothing more than the memories of that day with Peach, Poons, and myself. Some things can't be described with words, pictures, or even videos. And this was one of those moments in time. We got Insane-OFlyFishing here, coming at you guys.
It is currently, if you can tell from the sky, close to sunset. And we are how far away from where we're supposed to be picked up, boys?
Just roughly 2 miles.
And why is this?
Oh, you know, we just happened to hit a hole with just nothing but little slurping mouths and may or may not have gotten sidetracked for 3 hours. It's possible.
So now we are battling weather conditions, snow, rain, cold.
It's sundown.
Sundown, yeah, I forgot to mention lack of light. And more rapids, as you could tell. Get back to you if we can make it. This might be the last you see of us, so...
this might be the end of the Insane-O diaries right here. Our Chronicles, I apologize.
Is that your last goodbyes?
Our day on the boat was truly paradise. Rising butter let us slip away from reality to the point where we were taking on rapids in near pitch black. Just another day with the Insane-O boys. Our final day brought extremely high flows and made for some tough fishing. Increased flows bring water clarity down and make it harder to locate schools of fish. We'd gotten what we came for. We spent a whole day doing nothing but catching butter on dry flies. I was content with our trip and wanted to take advantage of getting footage of other members. Didn't even wait her up due to this. High flows made it tough for the boys to locate holes that had fish in them, so you had to seize the opportunity when you did spot one. As I was filming some of our guys fishing, Poon spotted a large brown close to Grandpa Lobato. Testing his luck, Lobato drifted his nymph rig in front of the fish to no avail. The fish spooked and moved down to deeper water. We lost sight of him due to low water clarity. Missed opportunity, or so we thought. I thought my fishing was done for the trip, but boy was I wrong. Poon spotted the same brown rising hole 3 feet above me. He grabbed me by the shirt, looked me in the eyes, and said,
Go catch this fish.
I had to get the man what he wanted. Shorts, t-shirt, and wading sandals, and snuck up behind the hole where the fish was rising to. Put my fly in front of him, and as you can see, the rest was history. I gave Poons what he wanted.
This is what we live for. We got, oh, we don't have a shovel net, darn it. Insane-O-Fly-Fishing, baby, coming at you. 2022.
Insane-O Chronicles, Entry 2, Friday, May 6th, 5 p.m. Losing the concept to reality is a very interesting thought. How do you truly live in a moment? How do you let every worry just slip away from your brain? For Insane-O-Fly-Fishing, we accomplish this goal every time we hit the water. We brave the elements in search of trout, not to brag about them, but to join them in truly being wild. Each one of us shares a deep connection with the water, fish, and earth. It's almost like this passion is embedded in our DNA. We'd love to make connections with other fly fishermen who share this passion, grow bonds, and have a cold one after a fantastic day of catching fish. This passion is what makes our group of misfits a crew. Unlike other crews, we aren't exclusive. We are inclusive. We want our passion for fly fishing to be exemplified in our actions, on and around the water. This trip reminded a lot of us that paradise is sometimes only a few dry fly casts away.